Alright guys, welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters here in Shanghai, China. My name's Kyle Laris alongside Todd, and we have our final game of Group A. It's going to be TitaN versus RevivaL. TitaN causing quite the upset before.
Yeah, Myung-Sik eliminated from the tournament, man. You know, I estimated there was a 50-50% chance for Myung-Sik to either do really well or really bad this tournament, because those players, and when I say those players, it's like, I guess, there has been players like this before, kind of like Yonghua, you know, they do very well in team leagues, but in solo leagues not that much. Like he was in Kobe for a very long time. And then suddenly he qualifies for like a foreign tournament outside of Korea. And usually they do very bad the first or two first tournaments that they attend like this. And Myung-Sik, it was the case with him today. Maybe he might have been very upset from his loss against Dongregu, the way it went.
Maybe. I mean, he certainly had the opportunity to do well. We saw him in qualification do pretty darn well there as well, but unfortunately for him, didn't really work out on the day. So our first series, our last series even here, is going to be TitaN versus RevivaL. As we're just waiting for these guys to start the game. And it looks like everyone is all right to go. I'm not sure what the first map is because it's in Chinese, unless you can read it, Todd.
Isn't that the preview button?
Ah!
Oh, I'm so clever.
You are so clever. Belshir Vestige. All right. So the Chinese version of Belshir Vestige. TitaN, again, causing the upset, defeating Myung-Sik there, and then RevivaL losing out to Dongregu. Now, statistics-wise, I don't know if Maynard actually talked about that, but it's Donregu's ZVZ was never really the best, and there were some weird, odd decisions in those.
It was always really good. His ZVZ. Remember the Iron Squid games? You were there casting.
Oh yeah, but in Heart of the Swarm, it wasn't so good. But he seems to have picked up. So guys, we can actually jump here into our final series of Group A, as we have Belshir Vestige as our map. Spawning down to the bottom right-hand corner as our blue Zerg, we have EG RevivaL. And spawning up to the top left-hand corner as our red Terror, Protoss even, we have Rock's-Kiss TitaN.
TitaN lost to RevivaL earlier. Did you have a chance to take a look at what happened?
I didn't see the game, sadly. I wish I did.
I was watching Myung-Sik. Well, you were casting it, so I guess we both watched the same thing.
Yeah, we did. Interestingly enough, though, in the past, despite TitaN already losing to RevivaL, it's actually been pretty darn close. And in fact, TitaN's won more series against RevivaL than RevivaL won against TitaN up until just now. It's now 2-2 in series.
But they haven't played that often, I guess.
No, admittedly not. They played each other in a few Zotac Cups as well as ESET Masters. But obviously RevivaL did have to struggle with latency and stuff like that. So now in an offline scene where RevivaL already dispatched of TitaN, could go the same way again.
Yeah, TitaN practices a lot. He's actually very high in Grandmaster on the European ladder. He just crushed his group in WCS, in which I was in, beating the two players I lost to.
Yes, sorry.
So he's doing very well for himself, and TitaN is actually one of the best players at like scouting early and blocking the minerals on the closer patches. Like, he's so annoying. He's really, really good at it.
And it's interesting because not only has TitaN practiced so much in StarCraft and just in general improved all round, but he's also improved a lot in his English as well, is something I've noticed. Talking to him here, in comparison to talking to him at the Russian Federation Nationals last year, he's a whole different person. It's really nice to talk to the guy, actually. He's a really, really nice fellow.
TitaN went for a very quick Nexus, followed by Forge here. Upon scouting what he was up against. So this is actually the exact same situation as Myung-Sik versus Dongregu on this map, except that Dongregu, he threw down his hatchery on his natural. So I feel like this is better for TitaN right now. RevivaL didn't, it's funny, like he didn't even bother trying to throw down his first hatchery on his natural. He saw that a probe was going there, and he just went to his third base and took it instead. He's like, well, why not?
May as well, man. Gas is going down for TitaN back at home as well, whilst his probe gets chased away by the Zerglings. But TitaN's going to be happy in the knowledge that, hey, the natural hasn't been down for quite a while, although something crazy could happen from there. But I don't think that's going to be RevivaL's kind of rhetoric. I think he's just going to go for that hatchery once again and play out the standard macro game.
Why is there 2 drones being transferred to the third base? Oh, I guess he wants to keep 16 in his main from the beginning. RevivaL, that is.
Yeah.
And TitaN... I'm not really familiar with his style versus Zerg, to be honest. I know that in Wings of Liberty he likes to play a lot with Blinkstalkers. Like, use a War Prism to try and force field the ramp of his opponent, get some Blink Stalkers in the main to do damage, and maybe finish it. But in Heart of the Storm, I haven't seen much of him versus Zerg, guys. You casted his games, sort of.
Yeah, we did, where he won 2-1 in the end. I think he was going for quick thirds and things like that. I can't 100% remember, so do not quote me on that. But I seem to remember quick thirds. We'll see.
I will quote you on that.
Well, we'll see what he wants to do here. Again, we didn't see the previous series against RevivaL, so there might be some mind games coming into this series.
Yeah, definitely. And TitaN starting the +1 and then wall it off with some cannon and gateways like Myungshik does. We're gonna have to wait and see, I guess. He's throwing down 1 gas at his expansion before the 6 minutes. That's very, very early. Usually when people do that, that's the timing you will take your gas when you did the parting build.
Yeah, yeah. Do you reckon he's going to try and shoo away this Overlord in the middle and then maybe throw down a Robo if that is going to be his case?
Yeah, that's why he got the Stalker, and he's going to keep it in his main.
Oh.
Moving across the map with the Zealot here is very, very smart. You can claim the Watchtower, make sure nothing's headed your way, which on this map you can't be 100% sure because your opponent can go through the sides.
And it's interesting, back at home for RevivaL, he's actually positioned his gases a little bit interestingly as well. One at the natural, one at the third base, spreading it out across alternate locations here. I guess it makes it a little bit harder to scout to see what your opponent is properly doing with the amount of gases that he has. But TitaN, I mean, he has his own plans. He's just moving across with a probe.
A probe sneaked his way across the map here, and the first pylon is going to go down. I like the placement of the pylon, like not, I guess a whole bunch of things can attack it, but if the Zealot can get in position to maybe deny the Zerglings from...
Oh, well, he's certainly trying to here. He's actually positioned himself between the mineral lines, so that Zealot is going to deal with quite a lot of Zerglings very, very actively. Oh, probe will go down, but he saves the pylon.
This is a big deal, because you want to get a pylon as close as possible to your opponent's third when you do this. RevivaL has started the Spine Crawler, we got a Robo on the way behind this for TitaN. TitaN actually chrono boosting Wargate and +1 armor now.
Wow.
He's already finished Wargate and +1 attack, so he really wants to commit to this. He's finally morphing his gateways. Yeah,
he has 4 gateways here, so he has the ability to actually pressure the third base. RevivaL needs to react accordingly. He's got a few Spine Crawlers going down as well as a lot of Lings and Roaches in production. If he can buy time for enough Roaches to come out, he should be able to kite those Zealots where he can, but he has to be very careful not to connect with those Zerglings with them.
Wow, and there was a Spore Crawler made as well. RevivaL playing a little bit scared here of Dark Templars maybe.
Yeah, you have to be very, very careful, since he didn't have full knowledge of what his opponent exactly was up to and saw a bit of an earlier gas there. But now, those Zealots really not doing too much here, and he does spot the fact that there isn't that 4th base down just yet.
Oh, the Overlord!
There.
Oh, he's not going to drop creep on time.
Oh.
He just had to, like, you know, he didn't have to go all the way to the right, the Overlord. He could have started drop creep on the left side where the Nexus is dropped down, and the RevivaL would have denied that 3rd base for quite some time. Well. Instead of that, TitaN being able to throw it down. And well, he's gonna start to wall off here. He should be able to secure this 3rd base very, very easily. RevivaL doesn't look like he wants to commit to any kind of huge attack. He's getting the Hydralisk Den and his first Evolution Chamber.
I like the idea of what TitaN did though, puts on the pressure whilst taking his base behind it. It makes RevivaL be in a far more defensive mode. Of course he does retain a few units back at home that he could have tried to counter with, but the 3rd base with Immortals and maybe even a cannon if he wants to throw it down eventually there, would be pretty well fortified, I should say.
And TitaN, oh, he's getting charged.
Ah.
This looks like the Stardust build.
Stardust, yeah.
So, except usually if you do that, you get a 2nd Forge and then you attack with 2-1.
Yeah.
But in this game, TitaN is on a single Forge. But I do think
he's on 1-1, isn't he, though? I think he's already on 1-1.
Oh, yeah. So he's doing the Stardust build from just 1 Forge.
Yeah. Because he chrono boosted out the +1 and got the armor right behind it, and then goes into the +2 after. And he's sending up Hallucinated Phoenix as well to see exactly what RevivaL is up to. He's going to be seeing a lot of Hydralisks popping out. Or he should be able to at least. And that should give him a bit of an indication, as well as the Spire. If he hits before that Spire goes, that'd be fantastic.
And I think this was spotted immediately with the Hallucinated Phoenix flying over it. Yeah. He sees there's never a Spine or Spore going down there. Wouldn't it be funny if like a Zerg did it once? He throws down like a Spore there, and then the Hallucination flies by.
Clicking on it?
Yeah, because like you can't really afford to always look at your Hallucination when it's flying in your opponent's base.
Yeah.
So usually just have it fly, and then you look what you saw. And then if you see like this small thing and it's like a Spore, you start throwing down Stargates, it's like...
Dude, when that happens in a cast again, I'm going to be so happy. But anyway, for now, TitaN is moving across the map here. That's a lot of Hydralisks. He has to be careful. He has to get a few more war pins going. And he's adding on 3 more gateways, so he's going to go to a total of 10 very soon across these 3 bases. And I don't know how much damage he's going to do here, because that is a lot of army here for RevivaL as he moves in with those Zerglings, trying to pin this army back. Hydralisk is moving in as well to cordon off all of this.
Oh, he needs to recall.
He does need to recall. There's not really too much opportunity for him to do too much damage. And there you go, recalls on out.
Oh, some Zealots are being forgot about.
Oh, losing those 500 minerals if they all go down.
TitaN, I feel like he thought that his RevivaL, maybe in the previous game, I think they played, RevivaL probably made very few roaches and then transitioned into very heavy Zergling. Because it feels like that's what he was trying to punish here. I mean, he went for the Templar Archive, he added Archons to his army, and he didn't even take the gases on his 3rd base here. He really wanted to go for a big strong push that would have worked against a very Zergling heavy style. But charge loss are not good against roaches and mass Hydralisks. So RevivaL is in a great position in this game now with the few mutas coming out. They're probably going to fly into the main. We have no cannons in the main by TitaN.
Yeah, very, very good indeed here for RevivaL right now. Retaining his position through the mid-game. The Zealots are going to go for some counter-aggression, but I don't know whether or not they're going to do much. They did see the Mutalisks even, so that fully confirms exactly what his opponent's going to be doing. But still, so many bases actually going down for RevivaL on his side of the map, as well as his opponent's side, whilst pressuring through the middle here. And TitaN is on death's door. He's got to be very, very careful about how he plays out the rest of this game.
Yeah, the mutas have been revealed. Blink started by TitaN here. His army is out of position. RevivaL might snipe the 3rd base here if he goes for it.
Oh, if he loses that 3rd base, it's going to be catastrophic. You cannot lose that amount of income, but at the same time, those Zealots do go for the counter-aggression here. Gets pushed away by a few Archons as well as the Immortal and Gateway units, but I think those Stalkers should be able to hold for now.
Yeah, with the photon overcharge, TitaN doing having such a nice haul right now, but look at RevivaL is taking every single base on the map right now.
And these Zealots are doing so much work to these drones. They've already killed off 26 workers. It's 61 to 74 right now. Shutting down quite a bit of the economy, but he has to hold at the 3rd. It's going to be close.
Those mutas going to be killing all of those Zealots now. And I mean, TitaN, he had a decent economy on 3 bases, but he's barely held the attack at his 3rd base with all of those Immortals having so many kills each. His economy is okay, but I mean, RevivaL, he does look like he's finally managed to defend all of those run-bys by the Zealot, and he's got a lot of extra bases.
Yeah, that is a lot of extra entries, you're right. It's not only production capabilities, but also if he just transfers a few drones over there, he's going to be sitting pretty. He doesn't really have any at his natural though right now, so Zergling is going to go for the counter once again, trying to shut down the economy of TitaN in the 3rd base, whilst the Mutalisks, they are gaining huge momentum right now. How many mutas do we have out? We have 21 with 4 more being added on. Scary amounts, with +1 as well.
I think TitaN, he realizes right now that he has to keep on counter-attacking. His Phylons died all on the map. He wants to do more run-by to keep those mutas busy, force them to come back home and defend. So he's getting a War Prism. He has to be careful for it not to be spotted by his opponent. I feel like TitaN's only option to win right now is to mass Stalkers, make sure he defends against the mutas, and later on add Stargates.
Yeah, he needs to blink back so superbly here, and he will push back those Mutalisks for now. So actually TitaN slightly evening things up. If he can do some damage with this War Prism, he could be in a pretty good spot. Zergling's running to their death, but the Mutalisks catching a few of those Stalkers off guard as well right now. And there are Zealot assaults on the way to try and do some damage.
Yeah, TitaN sending some Zealots on the right-hand side, flying a War Prism in his opponent's 4th base or 3rd base. But he needs to defend. He doesn't have enough Stalkers. He needs to make a lot more Stalkers than this.
Yeah, he has the Archons, but they're not really mobile enough to fully chase down this army right now. So he's going to go for that War Pin at the left-hand side, whilst those Zealots did actually find a way into the 5th base. Mutalisks will clean those up in the end. Yeah,
they can be everywhere. That's the problem for them. So the Zealots right now, they're killing some drones. They might take out the hatch before the army of RevivaL comes back, which will be huge.
Yeah, that will be. That 4th base was very, very well saturated to begin with those gases being taken, so he was relying on that for his gas income, and it is going to go down. But meanwhile, those Archons getting some really good volleys off there against the Mutalisks, but he doesn't really have that much anti-air. Despite the great volleys from those Archons, the Stalkers are all dying off. He has 3 Archons also morphing in at that, well, 6th base, let's say here, for RevivaL. Oh, TitaN trying to hold on into this, but the Mutalisks are being so pesky.
Yeah, you know what? TitaN, he sniped both bases. Well, I guess not this one. He sniped the other left base of RevivaL. And the base on the right-hand side is very low on hit points. If he sends some Zealots there and snipe it, they're going to be almost on the same amount of bases. The thing is, TitaN has lost much more army throughout this game compared to what economy he has. Oh, the Mothership Core. 98 energy, it dies.
There was that fortune overcharge in the natural, but not in the main. Sorry, in the main, but not in the natural. So these Mutalisks going to run amok here in the natural base. There are some Zealots down to the bottom right here, attacking the, I will say, the 5th base. And
28 Mutas against 3 Stalkers.
Ooh, that's not a good number. Well, 36 workers to 65 in favor of RevivaL as well. This Muta play, with the Zerglings shutting down the 3rd base as well. I feel sorry for Infeza, man. This has been a brutal game to observe.
Yeah, there's action everywhere. Even right now, those Zealots finally took out the Hatchery on the right-hand side. But TitaN, the supply speaks for itself again. 53, still falling very low on supply.
Yeah, very impressive here by RevivaL. They go GG for game number 1. RevivaL pulling out all the stops.
Yeah, I like the idea by TitaN. The way he counterattacks, he just didn't have the good end of defense in the end. He had so much gas. Did you see that? He had so much gas that he started making Archons, but like in separate places. Like he never had all his army together. I really feel like the best way to play this would have been to keep on building up his Stalker counts, and then maybe go for a Dark Shrine at the same time since he has so much extra gas. Send Dark Templars everywhere, because RevivaL, he was being harassed a lot, and he never had like 1,500 minerals to throw down Spines and Spores everywhere. So this could have done a lot of damage, and God knows I love Dark Templars.
They're pretty cool, man. They're a pretty cool unit. Well, game number 2, we don't quite know the map just yet here. But RevivaL offline seems to have TitaN's number. He's already dispatched of him in the previous round, and unless TitaN can bring out something special here, it might be a quick 2-0. RevivaL looking to make 2 Zergs already in the top 8 here of the Intel Extreme Masters Shanghai. But TitaN has a chance. A little bit of a shot.
Lots of ZVZs coming.
Lots of ZVZs coming.
I know it's your favorite.
Shades of Wings of Liberty. Is that? Oh dear.
We need to find a saying for Zergs. Like we got one for Terrence. Like the night is dark, but what can we say about Zergs?
I don't know, man. I don't know yet. I'll have to think of something.
The swarm is.
The swarm is. That kind of land.
The swarm is. That's it.
Just that, man. You've got it. All right. Well, we're waiting for the second invite here for this next game. And, well, again, we have quite a few good groups already. I think Group B has already started. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let's quickly check that. I think there's some results in there. Alive apparently has already won his first series. My internet's being quite slow here. But regardless, we'll check out some results whilst we're waiting for these invites.
I'm trying to put myself in TitaN's shoes right now. He lost to RevivaL the first time they met. Now he lost the first game. This had to be a frustrating game. Like Mutas, they're pretty hard to deal with, and he was trying to counterattack everywhere. At first it looked okay, but then suddenly completely crumbled under the pressure. Like, where do you go from there?
It's a tough one. It really is a tough one.
I guess Newkirk Precinct, he could be playing with Stargates on this to make sure he doesn't have to deal with Mutas, but RevivaL can play any style.
Yeah, he can. And especially if if for some reason TitaN went for Gateway Opener, and we saw something similar to what Donregu's been doing against these Zergs when they go for Gateway Openers. That's a bit annoying. But in Group B, actually, Alive has already advanced. So Alive has already advanced over Oz and Maxed.
That was fast.
Yeah, very fast indeed. And then now it's Oz, Slivko, and Maxed battling out for that last spot, with Oz versus Slivko, and then Maxed waiting in that last game for them. But for now, guys, we can jump into game number 2 here, as we have Newkirk Precinct as our map. So let's jump right on in to our next game here, guys, as we have... Oh, we'll jump in a sec.
As we have Kyle Harris's blue shirt with long sleeves.
Dude, it's so hot.
Yeah.
It's ridiculously hot. There are so many people here. It's crazy.
What do you mean it's hot? I was wearing trousers yesterday while everybody was in shorts.
It's hotter today, man. I don't know what it is about this stage, but it is so much hotter today.
There is so much people.
So, yep, we are jumping in now into this game. I believe I will be observing as we have spawning down to the bottom right-hand corner as our red Protoss. Apparently a pause. Maybe they're going to regame. I'm not sure. Is this normal version? I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah, me neither.
They have the wolf head. Yeah, it has all the decals and stuff like that. Alright, so I don't know. What's Alright, okay, so I'm going to be observing apparently, guys, so apologies if this is a bit interesting. As we have spawning down to the bottom right-hand corner, we have Mr. Rock's Kiss TitaN with epic zoom. And spawning down to the bottom left, we have Mr. EG RevivaL, representing Evil Geniuses, currently 1 game up, doing pretty well for himself. So we'll see what TitaN wants to bring out here in game number 2.
Did you know TitaN in Warcraft 3, he was always wearing sunglasses, and he came to tournaments with his sunglasses and wore them every single time?
TitaN?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
And I heard a story, like it was because there was no, how do you call the thing, like to the sun blind, no blinds for the sun back at home. So like the sun was like in his face
all
during the day.
time.
So he put sunglasses, and then he just like basically kept them every single time.
Huh. All right, just so you know, guys out there, the observer PC did crash, so that is why I am observing, and I'm just observing with the settings we've got right now. So the bars are going to have to stay like this, as we do have TitaN actually going for what looks like an attempt at a cannon rush.
Yeah.
Already has that forge down.
It's going to succeed, because I don't think RevivaL wants to even bother try to and defend so far. He hasn't sent any drone there. He's going to send a lone drone to this expansion. He had spotted the pylon from the start, and TitaN is funny. He was going to send a second probe, but then he realized his opponent is not even trying to defend, so he sent back the 1 probe he was sending across the map to support the first one.
Yeah.
Back home, he started mining again, and he's only thrown down 1 cannon so far. Yeah, wow, TitaN has done this so well. He's read the game very well. He realized that RevivaL was going to cancel anyway, so he's just made 1 cannon. He's forced to cancel. I don't think he should be cancelling that cannon, though, because then RevivaL can just throw down the hatchery.
This one?
That's really quite
Yeah.
ridiculous. So he's just going to let the 1 finish.
Yeah, very, very important to do that, making sure that you can't easily just finish that off. And TitaN now also adding on his gateway at home with that expansion going down. So very, very standard play from him off the back of this. Maybe a slight delay in his build back there because of the commitment he had over the other side of the map. But now, TitaN, he's hunting down that next hatchery, man. But there's going to be Zerglings out.
Yeah, he needs to confirm. Well, you never cannon 2 places anyway.
Yeah.
That's a very important rule, because otherwise you fall too far behind on tech. Even if it succeeds, it's not going to be good. So if you ever cannon a Zerg, one of his bases, don't cannon another one. That's always a big mistake.
Tips from Todd, liking it a lot.
Unless it's Skylaris, then it's going to work.
Unless it's Skylaris, then it's going to work.
Because it's going to tilt.
Yeah. Well, too true. Anyway, so TitaN falling back to the safety of his cannon. Those Zerglings cannot breach that for now, and will even just transfer a few drones down to that natural. So RevivaL sitting pretty in terms of not losing a whole lot, but certainly TitaN feels a bit more comfortable in the situation he finds himself in.
TitaN, he always had those weird walls. Like right now, I'm convinced he should be throwing down some building below his cybernetics core and close to his gates. Because like, if you wall this off with a Zealot, Zerglings can get through quite easily. I'm not even sure you can completely wall off with just 1 Zealot there.
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult. I don't think it walls off either. I think Zerglings should be able to actually slip through there. But for now, that probe, he's still being annoying, man. He's getting a lot of scouting intel, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Although he did not spot the 3rd just yet, so I think he may have saw creep. No,
oh, really?
He hasn't even.
Oh, wow,
that.
that's really bad.
Yeah.
You're supposed to confirm there's the 3rd hatchery thrown down. That this changes everything. Because if there is no 3rd, you need to add another cannon at home. But TitaN didn't even go for 1 single cannon.
Exactly.
That's so funny.
He's cutting corners, man, but he's getting away with it for now, as it's just drones off the back of RevivaL, and 37 drones right now to 38 probes. So
the probe of TitaN is heading to the main of RevivaL. He's gonna see the lair started, but you can't. He sees 2 gases. You can't really know how long ago the lair was started. So he could think this is about to finish and he's gonna get Nidused, and this is very important here. Like TitaN, he should be trying to scout with his mothership core the main in the timing of the lair, like make sure he doesn't get cheesed or something like that.
Yeah. Well,
he's throwing on 3 extra gateways, and he's going to be getting a warp gate very quickly. He's chrono boosting the +1. TitaN is going to go for the same aggression as he did in the previous game,
now,
except he's already got the pylon across the map.
Yeah, he could actually split his opponent off pretty nicely here in terms of the reinforcements that will come to try and help out for RevivaL. So that's certainly a nice move. But the Overlord is going to try and spot a lot of this. Sentry's moving back to scramble and try and defend. And there is that 3rd base going down as well. So the aggression's going to hit at the
Is it now?
Well,
he didn't make the 3rd base at the last second. I think this is a mistake too. It was going to go down and then he moved the probe at the last second.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay, yeah. So he hasn't spotted that. He did see a few gateways, and these drones are having to be evacuated from this natural, if you want to call it a natural, because it was second base, but...
TitaN is taking a lot of time to morph his gateways. He's finally just done it. He needs to warp in some zealots at the pylon he's got. There is a Zergling watching this as it happens at the natural of RevivaL.
Yeah, he sees everything.
What is he going to do about it? Nothing.
He's going to do nothing. He's going to die, man. Well, the Twilight Council and Robo facility is going down behind this as well, so TitaN's looking for the opportunity to transition off of this. But how many workers has he already killed? He's already killed 8 workers, and he's going to get even more in the main. Really, really a nice play here by TitaN, though, so far.
I'm surprised RevivaL's not microing his drones there to make sure he doesn't lose any, because lots of roaches are on the way. And TitaN behind this, he's got a lot of sentries back at home. He's getting his own Robo. He's getting the +1 armor upgrade. He's just now starting his 3rd Nexus. RevivaL getting the Hydralis, then if he goes for only units from there, and then he attacks just above the Nexus in a good concave, it's going to be almost impossible for TitaN to hold. He's going to look like me versus Swordov on this map.
Oh, I remember that. Yes, I do.
God knows nobody wants to see that.
No, not enough force fields, not enough SimCity, not enough anything, unfortunately, here just yet for TitaN.
James.
Hey, I was saying about TitaN, not you. But with the muscular augments going down for RevivaL now, he's going to have a lot of momentum behind his Roach Hydra proposition.
He's still droning though. He's making 8 more drones. I guess he wants to play it very safe. And RevivaL didn't have the information about a potential 3rd base for TitaN. He didn't have any overlord nearby. Usually you have an overlord just right above it to make sure you know when it goes down. But now with the Overseer, RevivaL is going to be able to confirm how many gateways there are. I guess he could see the Twilight and the Blink being researched. And, well, he's going to know exactly what he's up against, which is always good.
Yeah, sends in that Changeling as well. Sees absolutely everything that his opponent is up to. So very, very nice scout here by RevivaL. The only thing he didn't see was the Twilight Council at the very back, but he can pretty much assume that that is going to be going down since the storm was out so quickly.
Hallucinated Templars by TitaN.
Ooh!
He's trying to scare his opponent into thinking he's going for the Templar tech and maybe force him to go into lots of roaches.
Did the Overseer see those already? Or
it would be funny if he scouted with an Overseer.
No, but the Overseer, yeah.
Oh, Hallucinated Warpism just below this army as well.
Oh, wow. TitaN's playing very, very nifty here. Hallucinated Phoenix goes in, sees what's going on at this base. And actually, that's a lot of firepower that TitaN has.
Yeah. Oh, force field. If he force fields well here, he can just recall after killing this hatchery or even some of the drones.
Very, very nice move here by TitaN. He will get that hatchery super fast and then get on out.
What was the probe doing there?
Well, there's 2 more on the way. And they don't even get killed off by the Broodlings, but they will by the Roaches.
TitaN rallied his Nexus across the map.
And they're still rallied, actually, now that we look at it. So all of them are rallied there. He needs to change that very soon. Yeah,
TitaN adding on extra gateways. He's gone for the Robobet. The Overseer is going to spot it immediately. That's huge here by RevivaL. He could start his own hive and go for Vipers if he wants to. He could go for Corruptors, but it does look like... Okay, he goes for the Infestation Pit. I do think he wants to go for Vipers to try and counter Colossi, but he might strike before that.
Yeah, I'm going for that Infestation Pit. Not too bad a choice with this. RevivaL, don't think he's going to get too much damage done here.
Yeah, there's so many sentries.
Yeah, TitaN has a great army to actually push this away. And he is now getting Colossi as well. Good pin in with some of those Hydralisks. Good trades for TitaN overall.
You can't leave.
You cannot leave. That's right, man. Unfortunately for RevivaL, he's in a bit of an odd spot right now. His economy, in terms of his mineral income, got kind of tickled a bit.
And you know what? TitaN, I feel like he teched to Colossus early enough that if he went for a timing, he will kill RevivaL if RevivaL tried to go for Vipers. So RevivaL, he understood that, and instead of going for Vipers, he's going for the Locust upgrade, Enduring Locust here.
Yeah.
And he's just gonna try... if he's in trouble, he could get a lot of Swarm Host and make sure he doesn't die. Nice Roach counter-attack here.
Yeah, very, very nice indeed. That's really catching TitaN off guard whilst his entire army is over the other side of the map.
That's actually not nice at all, because RevivaL went to do the 3rd base into the cannons instead of... He could have sniped the Forge and then gotten into the expansion.
Yeah. So, how many works has he actually got though? He's got 9.
Why is TitaN not microing?
10 or so. Yeah, he's actually not bringing his whole army back to actually fight this. I guess he feels that if he's sacrificed that many roaches, maybe he can do some counter-aggression.
Yeah.
Maybe kill off a 3rd again.
And wait, there is no Swarm Host yet. This is going to be really hard for RevivaL, almost impossible to hold. He does have lots of Hydralisks. His only chance is a great flank on the creep and missed force fields by TitaN. If TitaN uses perfect force fields here, he's going to win very, very easily. He's got +3 on the way, he's got Thermalence as well. Warpism is being made by TitaN. And nice preparation of a flank here by RevivaL.
Yeah, those Hydralisks are in a good spot here to try and push this away, but there's a lot of force fields in place here for TitaN, and he counters any kind of flank that would come along here. A few of those Hydralisks are firing, but at the same time, a lot of them have been sealed off as well. Really, really good force fields here by TitaN, but he's getting split up quite heavily.
Yeah, there is only one Colossus, and these Hydralisks are going to try to snipe it. I think it might fall.
Oh, it is going to those Hydralisks. Absolute heroes in the back there. RevivaL also has 20 roaches in production, so now pushing on forwards here, killing off the remainder of the ground force, and that Colossus, he has to retreat on back to the safety of a few more Stalkers that do blink in to help on out, but there's going to be a lot of roaches coming very soon.
TitaN went for it too early. He felt like he was playing against the clock right now because he couldn't scout his opponent's tech too much, so he didn't know how far along Vipers were, how far away they were, or Swarm Host, so he just went for an attack with one Colossus thinking that with force fields it will be fine, but it wasn't fine. RevivaL flanked from 3 or 4 sides there, and in the end, even with great force fields, TitaN was completely overpowered in this attack, and that's going to set him back really far in this game because he has to rebuild his Colossus count, and with 8 Corruptors now entering the field, I feel like RevivaL is going to be in great position in this game.
And I sort of don't mind that RevivaL didn't build any Swarm Hosts, because, I mean, with the Roach Hydra Corruptor composition that he's going to have very, very soon here, he's going to do quite a lot of damage to TitaN if he goes for a straight-up engagement. That being said, though, TitaN is going for Warp Prism harassment whilst pushing through the middle again, trying to kind of just, you know, distract whilst going for that harassment, so it might work.
Oh, TitaN warping some Archons next to his army. Well, warping Templars and then morphing into Archons, I guess you could say. Some Roaches just hatched in the main. That's very fortunate for RevivaL. He needs those to kill those Zealots, but the Spire might fall.
Yeah, it may do. Those Zealots with +3 weapons absolutely pack a massive, massive punch there. And they are going to get that Spire. And meanwhile, the third base is going to be assaulted as well here for TitaN. So pushing on forwards. That's a lot of Roaches as well as Hydralisks.
Nice
force fields are fantastic. No flank has been set up thus far for RevivaL.
Yeah, but oh wow. He's leaving his units behind the force field. The Colossus died. The lone Colossus.
Yeah. And how much firepower does he have left over to actually deal with that? Another Colossus comes along, and the Corruptors can hunt that down and shut it down, as well as that flank that has now occurred here for RevivaL. So the Stalkers waning in number. I don't know if they're going to actually be able to hold this off. He needs absolutely fantastic blink micro.
Yeah, which he does have actually.
Yeah,
and
he does.
The one Immortal on 21 kills right now. TitaN with 3-1 upgrades against just 1-0 by RevivaL. I can't even believe he's just got the 1 carapace upgrade and no attack upgrades.
I think he's going to do it.
Yeah.
He's actually in a position where his upgrades are paying massive, massive dividends, and RevivaL has really nothing to deal with this. A few Hydralisks that are going to rain down some damage from the high ground, not likely. I mean, the corruption does go down on a lot of those units, but in the end, I don't know if these Hydralisks can break this.
Yeah, and I mean, TitaN, even if he doesn't kill his opponent here, he's done damage he had to do. He's still on 3 bases. He could just take 1 more Nexus and transfer some probes there. RevivaL, he's fallen to 61 walkers against 68 walkers for the Protoss. The world is upside down right now for RevivaL, and with all these Corruptors doing nothing as well in these fights except corruption, I mean, this is just looking really bad for him right now.
Very, very tough indeed. RevivaL on the ropes right now. And, well, there are a lot of probes idle down here in the main. But still, TitaN, with his income, with his superior upgrades, should be able to do still a lot more damage. 122 supply to 122. Army values very similar. With better upgrades, TitaN is in a great spot.
Yeah, and I mean, TitaN, I like what he did there. He liked the amount of Stalkers he had, so he went into full Zealot Archon to help support the Stalkers. Oh, he needs to blink micro.
Yeah, he certainly does. Those Zerglings a bit annoying at the front, and thankfully the Blink Micro allows those Zealots to get to the very front of this engagement here. Blinking straight onto the Hydralisk as well, knowing that he has superiority. And there you go, GG. Game number 2 goes to TitaN, and he ties the series up 1-1.
TitaN is not out of it just yet.
No, certainly not. Certainly not after showing that impressive play on Newkirk Precinct.
I can't believe RevivaL was like 1 carapace upgrades, no missile attack upgrades after like 20 minutes of game.
That was, yeah, I'm quite surprised as well.
That looked like my Zerg actually.
That looked like your Zerg when you play Zerg?
Yeah.
Oh, that looks like my Zerg as well when I always play Zerg. Oh well. TitaN now inviting us to the last game. Curious as to what the map's going to be. It's Whirlwind. I think this is going to be a tough one for TitaN, I gotta say.
Yeah. Both players, I feel like they can play kind of tricky. TitaN even more so than RevivaL. But TitaN in the first 2 games he played a fairly similar style. Like he went for the Forge expand with the Nexus first, usually, and after that he gets like the 1 attack upgrade. He has 3 gateways. He gets the 1 armor upgrade, and from there he always gets blink. I guess he did get charged once. He mixes it up, but overall it's always Twilight. His 1 attack upgrade into 1 armor upgrade and then 2 attack upgrade. So if RevivaL identifies that, he could just try and counter it exactly. But then again, how do you counter that? It's fairly solid build.
It's a tough one. Well, we got dropped, so we're going to get this rehosted, guys, and get back into it in just a little bit. Let's see if we have any more updates from Group B. I don't think we will do just yet. It would have been very, very quick. Oh, Oz is 1-0 up against Slivko right now. So Slivko is on the verge of going out, man. Handsome. He's a muscly guy. I can't even say
I think
any
he's
words
been
right
working
now.
out so much.
Yeah.
Like he looks so much bigger than usual, which is already pretty big.
Yeah, he's already pretty big.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Cheers, man. Cheers. You know, you did that way better than that damn League of Legends advert that was on the DreamHack. Don't put the League of Legends guys in front of cameras. They mess it up, man.
Put me, man, in front of the camera.
Put Todd in front of it.
I give you the performance of a lifetime.
Yeah?
Especially if it's to say some stupid lines from the internet.
Awesome stuff. All right, so we can jump into the final game, number 3 here. TitaN and RevivaL 1-1. Let's go straight into game number 3 as we have spawning up to the top left-hand corner here as our blue Zerg. It is EG RevivaL. And spawning down to the bottom left-hand corner as our red Protoss, we have Rock's Kiss TitaN. TitaN,
a really good player these days. In particular, like I said, he's very high on the European Grandmaster ladder. I think he was top 16 very recently, which is, I guess if you play a lot, it's easier to get it, but getting it with good stats and like beating some very strong players can be harder.
Yeah.
Qualified for the WCS round of 16 very convincingly as well, beating Happy and Sort of.
Yep, 2-1-2-1, doing impressively there in that group. And now...
That's very impressive for me.
That's very impressive for you?
And you know why.
Oh, yes, I do, sadly. Anyway, well, we'll see now. RevivaL, I still peg him as the favorite to win the series. He looked really good previously in game number 1.
What does this pylon placement tell you?
This pylon placement tells me that it's going to be a Nexus first.
And then a Forge, right?
And then the Forge in the main, right?
Good student.
Liking it, liking it.
RevivaL going for the pool first. On this map, I guess... On this map, usually you can go for hatch first, like a lot of the time, and not really get punished for it, because it's very random whether or not you can be scouted. But keep in mind, TitaN, he went for the cannon rush earlier, and RevivaL didn't even bother trying to take his natural. Actually, this happened twice. In the first game, RevivaL, remember, he just took the other base. Like there was a pro blocking his expansion. He's like, oh, I just take my third. It kind of felt like he was just doing that to piss TitaN off, like to show him like, you cannot phase me. And then the second time, he was getting cannon and he just cancelled, like before it was even close to finishing.
Yeah, he just didn't care, man. He was very, very content to just go elsewhere. And TitaN now, well, interestingly enough, he decided that he was content actually going for the gateway straight up at the front. So cutting corners, I would say, here from TitaN.
Well, wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, that's true. That last game, a lot of corners being cut. A lot of corners indeed.
TitaN, yeah, not going for Forge here. He's played this very risky. Like, if he had been facing the build that sort of did against me, which was the gas 10, full 10, he would have automatically died on this map. But the thing is, he went for a fairly quick pylon down his ramp, well, the standard pylon down his ramp in the first 2 games, and then Forge builds. And that quick Zergling rush build is not very good against that. Oh wow, the Zerglings are actually going to get in there. And this is a pretty bad wall, by the way, by TitaN.
Yeah, 2 holes.
Yeah, I think he will put the pylon above his cybernetic score and use the space between the Forge and the cybernetic score. As long as Stalkers can go through, it's going to be okay.
In a very similar way to how he walled off a Newkirk Precinct, that would be nice. But these Zerglings are going to be quite annoying. They're going to try and get a probe, but if TitaN is careful about this, he shouldn't lose any just yet. And behind this, RevivaL getting his 3rd hatchery up as well. So pretty standard opener from him.
+1 started again for TitaN about the same time, or just before his cybernetics core finished. Warp gate not being started for some time. Okay, he needs to be careful. Don't want to pull a Todd in one of those important games.
No. That's important.
This is actually the most important match in this group here. The winner of this moves on to the next round, and the loser is actually out of the tournament. So no one of these players want to lose here, and they should be using their best strategy if they want to make sure they're gonna have a good chance. TitaN going for the mothership core as well as the sentry. This is a bit unusual. I guess he already got the stalker, but he sent the lone stalker out to scout. It feels like he's scared of maybe an all-in here. I guess that makes sense because he didn't confirm the third base. You see, he's trying to confirm the third base right now.
Yeah. Well, he should be able to get that, I think. Let's quickly just check that vision of that stalker. Yes, he should. So all is fine for him. And he spots the overlords over at his natural as well. So
TitaN needs to throw extra gateways right about now if he wants to go for the same aggression as he went for before.
Yeah.
He's not doing it. Oh, he's gonna go for the third. He sends a probe there. No, never mind. He's sending it across the map. What is he doing? What are you doing, TitaN?
He's taking a very, very sneaky path across.
Oh, he's starting the gate just below the overlord in his main.
So it's just 4-gate aggression here from TitaN again. The thing is that TitaN, having done this the past 2 games, I think he's probably RevivaL's just going to say, well, you know, you just go 4-gate aggression into a third base. It would be funny. It would be fun actually if TitaN were to say, I'm going 4-gate aggression, and then I'm going to follow it up with more aggression. But I don't think it would even work that against RevivaL right now.
4-gate into 7-gate.
Yeah, something like that.
The hug build.
The hook build. Well, we'll see. Alright, TitaN putting some pressure on through the middle of the map. Where did the probe go? Oh, he has found his whole way around, so nicely done there by that probe.
Wow, this overlord getting tickled to death by those sentries. I do think he's gonna fall. And TitaN is sneaked a pylon next to RevivaL's third, but RevivaL is aware this is happening. So he's getting 16 Zerglings, make that 20. Speed is on the way. Roach Run is about to finish. RevivaL should be fine.
Yep, should be. A probe gonna have to run away again. But for now, those zealots are being warped in. So how many Zerglings does he actually have on the map right now? He only has, well, he has 23. So he shouldn't take too much damage at this natural as long as he's microing properly. It's a good time warp there, trying to slow down that queen. If he could get that, that would be a nice pickup. But at the same time, still needs a little more damage with this.
And the Zerglings are going to try to pick off the pylon. This is the lone pylon across the map right now.
Yeah.
If TitaN loses this one, he cannot reinforce. He lost the probe as well. And yeah, it does look like he's going to fall.
Yeah, well, those zealots will push this away. Sorry, I mean the roaches will push this away. It's hot, man.
And this stalker in the middle of the roaches, it looked like Starship Troopers when one of them is about to die and surrounded by those insects.
Poor little guy. And looks like we'll now have that mothership core just being quite annoying as well. Unfortunately for him, because the queen was killed there, he doesn't really have the anti-air. The queen does pop once again. If the mothership core had turned around and shot that queen instantly, I think it would beat it one-on-one, but now I don't think it does.
TitaN is adding the Twilight Council and he's getting a War Prism as well. He could go for some drop harassment in the main of his opponent while taking his own turn. Wow, the mothership core is having a one-on-one with the queen. I think it's...
Why did he move? Oh, wow. If he hadn't have moved it even that little bit, he would have won even more by around 10 extra.
I thought this was going to be a good all double KO, man.
Well, oh yeah, that would have been better. But the second queen does come along to help out and kills that off. So RevivaL now in a bit of a better spot. And well,
TitaN adding on one more gateway in his main. He's going to go for the third base here, I think. And I think this is the right choice because RevivaL now starts pumping out Hydralisks. Like he would hold any kind of all-in without Colossus very, very easily.
Yeah.
And the walker count is pretty even, so TitaN is in an okay position, but definitely not better.
Something happening in the main base. There's a Warp Prism actually doing some damage here, but not really too much. RevivaL's just on top of everything right now.
Oh, the Hydralisks. They're about to pop out in the expansion, just below the Warp Prism.
Oh no, Warp Prism! Oh, that was not a good thing for TitaN at all. Really, really unfortunate for him there. He kills off an Overseer, but at the price of a Warp Prism, not great.
And +2 is on the way. Oh, whoa. Okay, so the Immortal is actually stuck in the wall here by TitaN. It cannot make its way between the Cybernetics core and the Forge. TitaN is going to have to kill one of his own buildings. I think the pylon that's blocking the units. No, not this one. Yeah, this one.
Not that pylon.
He almost killed the one just below.
He kills that one and he has to kill another one. I've seen that happen before. I saw someone kill 2 pylons off and they only had to kill 1, but...
In my games?
No, not your games.
Oh, and RevivaL is going for the Mutas. I think this is a great choice on this map.
Yeah, very, very good. Gonna keep him super mobile.
Whoa! He cannot afford to donate this entire army though, and he does look like that's what he's gonna do. He cannot escape.
Oh, great force fields here. Keep all of this in, and he's gonna barrage it completely. Even yeah, Photon Overcharge would have been a great choice, but even without that, he's still gonna kill a lot of it off. A great trade there for TitaN, keeping his hopes alive in this series.
And TitaN, he could counter attack here with +2. Again, RevivaL is on 0-0 upgrades. He's only getting +1 missile right now. It's about to finish. He's getting the Spire as well. He has 700 gas saved up. That's it. He couldn't start any more than 7 or 8 Mutas when his Spire will finish. He has a lot of extra minerals. He should be getting Zerglings. Okay, look. This is so smart. RevivaL is trying to buy himself some time with those Zerglings. And TitaN is not reading into it. He has no idea those Mutas are coming. He's getting Blink. He started Blink, but this is still many, many seconds away. 120 seconds away.
Yeah.
Actually 30. Why do I do maths on 3?
It's going to take a while to come out, man.
2 minutes away.
2 minutes. Well, how much can TitaN get done in that time frame? He's got the
double Stargate.
He's got the Stargates going down, as you just pointed out. That should help him out quite considerably here if he can get those going. And he did see the Spire.
Yeah, he saw the Spire, but it could have been a Spore, man.
Could have been a Spore. He saw the mutants just on the very edge of a Hallucinate Phoenix there as well. So he knows that on the way. As well, he doesn't know about the Hydralisks going down to his third base. So RevivaL really ramping up the pressure on multiple fronts. Photon Overcharge as well as a lot of Zealots warping in. Should be able to buy him time against those Hydras. But the Mutalisks doing some damage in the natural.
Yeah, and the Photon Overcharge was used against the Hydralisks in the third base. So the Mutas, there was only one Photon Overcharge. The Mutas are going to be pretty happy about that. They're going to fly around. Oh, they're going to pick off the Mothership Core. In the meantime, TitaN keeps on counter-attacking. He's going to go into the natural of his opponent. He doesn't have that much, and there is 3 Spine Cores. TitaN has to be careful.
Yeah.
I think TitaN needs to attack the third base of RevivaL, take it out, and then defend his natural, and he's going to be in great position. But right now, he's lost his Nexus. He's going to lose all those probes at his third base.
Yeah, he's going to lose a lot here. And if he wants to go for some kind of crazy base trade, I don't think it's going to work out for him. He's trying to go for it. 44 workers. Wow. How many would he have left? He only has 33 to the 69 right now in favor of RevivaL. Now still pushing on forward. Killing off that Cybernetics core for those Mutalisks is fantastic. And if he finds out that those double Stargates are back there, that's going to be even better. But
I don't think that RevivaL can lose this. He's getting Spine Horrors in his main.
Yeah.
Now those Mutas are fighting against some Phoenixes. As long as they take out the Phoenixes, like this is the best he can do here. And he's even going to kill all of the Stalkers. RevivaL has some saturated bases on the top right-hand side.
Yeah,
how can he lose? He's
in a great position right now, not only in army-wise, but also economy-wise. With more Mutalisks popping out and those Spine Crawlers holding, you can't breach that, man.
14 Mutas are chasing 2 Stalkers.
Poor little guys.
The Stalkers are blinking away.
They're going to try and micro their hearts out. TitaN knows his tournament life is on the line here, so wants to stay in this for as long as possible. Try and make this work. And, well, those 2 Immortals, they're going to have to be absolute heroes here. Don't think they're going to get that much done, though. And even the Zerglings now taking out those Stargates. Expansion does go down for RevivaL, so a little bit of his economy is going to be crippled here. But the Mutalisks and the Zerglings are reigning supreme in TitaN's bases. And even a poor little sentry, along with the army here.
Well, 3 Phoenixes battling against great odds here. Lots of Mutalisks. I guess TitaN could take out those Mutas after some time, but he's lost every single probe he's ever had, except for 3 probes remaining out on the map right now. And I just don't see RevivaL losing this. Although he's about to be on one base and he doesn't have much minerals left, he's got enough Mutas to supposedly do this. It's going to be so hard for these Phoenixes to take all of the Mutas out.
Yeah, very, very difficult indeed here. As RevivaL, once again, pushes back these Phoenix, shutting those down super easy.
The last Phoenix standing.
The last Phoenix, the remaining Phoenix here for TitaN. And of course, I don't think this is really going to work out too well for him in the end. Those Stalkers, they're trying to blink on and kill off those Mutas, but there's 2 extra hatcheries going down here, Todd. This is...
Can we take a look at the worker counts, just for fun?
Worker count is...
1 which is in production right now. So technically he has 0 probes right now.
Yeah.
TitaN, imagine he rebuilds from 1 probe and he wins. This would be the sickest comeback of all time.
That would be sicker than TFL versus MVP. That would be sicker. But
oh, the Mutas. 1 Phoenix, no! He loses it.
Bye-bye. How many Stalkers does he have left?
Not many.
He has 9 Stalkers left. these Mewtwo's could easily just suicide in here and actually kill these off, but he decides to run away after killing the sentries. And, well, behind this, 56 workers are probably going to afford him a better income here than TitaN.
3 more drones on the way here by RevivaL. He's going to be saturating 2 bases with the one he has on the top right. I like how he already has a queen there as well. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's 92 supply right now to 28. I don't think TitaN's going to be lasting for much longer. But again, it's his tournament life on the line. He's going to battle back. He's going to continue to produce probes and try and bring it back to the very last man. It's fantasy GG timings here because you don't want to go out. You just don't want to go out.
RevivaL having the creep out on the map too. Like, this is so good. I mean, TitaN, he has 0 production right now. He doesn't even have a single gateway to make stalkers from. And even if he did, he has no cybernetic score. So he doesn't have much going for him unless he starts sparring this robo he has and makes observers with all the guys he has. Even that will be useless, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess TitaN, he should know right now that he's lost this, but I mean, when it's your last game of the tournament and you're losing, you're always gonna try until the very last minute to win. And that's exactly what he's doing here. Gotta admire his fighting spirits. But RevivaL keeps on amassing Mutas and Zerglings, and I think that's the right choice. Okay, TitaN finally realizes he cannot do it. GG gets called. Yeah,
just scouting around with that observer in the end, spotting exactly what is going on, and then realizing that there isn't much else left to fight for. So TitaN does fall out of the Intel Extreme Masters Shanghai, and that means we have Dongregu and RevivaL, our 2 Zergs advancing on from Group A. Group B, we have Alive advancing on so far. Slivko has fallen out, so the last spot up for grabs is between Maxed and Oz.
A Protoss. The first Protoss to make it out of these groups.
I guess so. We're going to have 2 Zergs, 1 Terran, and 1 Protoss from the first 2 groups. And then Group C, which will be happening, I guess, after Maxed and Oz, will be Hero, QXE, J-Dong, and MC. QXE didn't get quite the favorable group.
Yeah.
Oh well.
He was already like not very happy about it before MC was there, and like now getting MC. Oh, this is not the worst matchup you could get though. I think getting Dongregu would have been a bit devastating.
Yeah, a bit tougher.
But he's QXE, man. He all killed LG IEM before.
He did.
Why not?
It was a long time ago, but he did. You're right. He's just gonna go YOLO mode and just this is it. It's the last thing. Alright guys, so we're going to go to commercial break, and then when we're back we'll have more awesome StarCraft 2 action from the Intel Extreme Masters Shanghai.